People oftentimes ask us, "Hey, Kevin and Bean, you guys get to interview everybody on your show. Who's your favorite?" And we
Dave
say
Grohl.
Sometimes we say Dave Grohl, but then when
sorry.
we don't say Dave Grohl, we say the guy who's in the studio with
That's
us
what I
right now. Kevin, for God's sakes, Travis Barker joins us on the Kevin and Bean Show here on KROQ.
Good morning,
Hey,
you guys.
Travis, how you doing, man?
I'm great, man. How you doing?
You ever played with Dave Grohl, by the way?
You know, I'm trying to think. We did many of tours together. Like, we did Australia tours together, and we had many of good times. And then I've done some stuff at his studio that he has out in the Valley.
Right.
Like when Slash does, Slash is super cool. Like, he always does stuff for his kids' school to raise money.
Right.
So he'll put together, like, this super group. And our last rehearsals, last time we did it, was at Dave Grohl's studio. So
That's pretty cool.
It was really
Do
fun.
you ever get over the what's happening to me now? Because you have the weirdest life. But are you used to it yet, or does stuff still happen where you go, what's going on right now?
It's like the coolest movie ever.
It is.
You know? And I just live in it, not really thinking too much about it. I love playing music. I've said it a million times, and I love all the stuff that gets thrown at me or the cool opportunities I get. You know, I never.
Well, we were just talking
take
about
it
right
for granted.
right as the song was ending, Travis. Sorry to interrupt. We were just talking about how you are one of those guys who's going to play in a rock and roll band until your heart explodes. I mean, you're never going to retire and put down the drums and go, nope, I'm done with that, right?
Yeah, and I literally said you'd have to cut off my hands, and don't anybody get any ideas.
Yeah,
But
he
that is
doesn't
the
really
only-
mean that.
That's the only way I would quit playing. You know, like I love, and then
I feel like you would tape your drumsticks to your.
I'd still figure something out. I got my 2
Forearms.
feet still, you know. So
Well, we always love having you in here, Travis, and I know that there's a lot going on that we want to talk about with one of your bands right now, but let's get some business out of the way first, because this is actually very, very, very cool and exciting. The OC Fair and Event Center is presenting the 8th Annual Musink Festival. 8 years already this has been going on.
yeah.
And I think this is the best lineup you guys have ever had.
Yeah, I'm really excited. You know, like, I mean, Rancid, sick of it all. Off, Bad Religion, Ignite, Prayers, which is a really cool new band. Yellow Wolf, and Blink.
And
So
Blink
it's
182. Tickets go on sale today at 10 a.m. to buy these tickets. You can go to musink.org or ticketfly.com to buy the tickets.
Yeah, this all start, you know, it's months in advance. You know, we start talking about it, and usually I'm curating, you know, what bands are going to play. So I was so excited. I was excited, like, before Christmas, and I just wanted to, like, tell everyone, you know, but
You sort of have to wait.
It's here, you know, and it's the most incredible lineup we've had yet. We're super excited, and you know, on top of the music, we have the best tattoo artists, and there's a car show, and there's a skate demo. It's everything that I love, all kind of mixed in one.
You're a mogul now. Would you consider yourself a businessman now? I mean,
No,
you've had businesses for a long time, but
Yeah, I've had businesses. I guess as a symptom of doing what I love, I'm a businessman. But I never, like, you know, you're not
don't
looking
think
at
of it
a
that way.
college graduate with a business degree, you know?
Right.
And I'm even more proud in that sense, you know. It's not like, you know, I was a pencil pusher forever and then I became like a businessman or whatever.
Right. Will you get any new ink that weekend?
Most likely. You know, it's weird. You know, it happens in the weirdest places. Famous Stars and Straps we just did at Long Beach Agenda, and 2 of my tattoo artists were there, and they just happened to have their needles and their guns in the car, and I got tattooed there. I got a rest in peace for my buddy Triggs, who passed away, and I got a 120%er. You know, so yeah, they happen anywhere, anytime.
Are there any parts of your body that at one time you thought, I will not get tattooed there, that now has been covered in tattoos?
My head.
Really?
Any female that I was with was always like, you cannot tattoo your head.
right.
I will kill you, you know? And the minute I became single, that was the
Right
first
there.
thing I did, you know? I remember I had seen someone when I was really young. I was like 18, and I seen this guy at like Super Kmart when I was on like one of my binges at 3 a.m, and he had his head tattooed, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's the sickest thing ever. You know, it looked like it's like a permanent haircut.
You didn't think at the time, because you said a lot of girls told you that. You didn't think at the time maybe that would turn girls off?
I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't know. I'm kind of just into what I'm into. I've never worried so much about what other people think. You know, just doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. You're also
You know?
Travis Barker. That helps.
But
I mean, I think-
even before then, I was
You know what
always
I mean?
kind of like, you know, life's too short to care about what everyone else thinks.
The 8th Annual Musink Festival is coming up on March the 20th through the 22nd. As you heard Travis describing, a fantastic event with cars and tattoos and great, great, great music. Tickets are going on sale today, Friday, January 30th at 10 a.m., musink.org or ticketfly.com. Now, this particular performance by Blink-182, and you guys are playing on the Sunday night, has gotten more attention than you perhaps expected it would as a result of what's been coming out in the news in the past couple of weeks. Can we take a quick break and come back and get caught up on that, Travis?
Yeah, for sure.
Fantastic. We'll be right back with our friend Travis Barker right after this on KROQ. Our friend Travis Barker in studio with us here on the Kevin and Bean Show on KROQ, the founder of Famous Stars and Straps, now 15 years old, by the way, Travis. How crazy is that?
Oh,
That's not possible.
I could have never imagined, yeah.
15 years. And, of course, from the Transplants and Blink-182, and he's played with everyone you love. The 8th Annual Musink Festival is happening at the OC Fair and Event Center March 20th through 22nd. Tickets are going on sale this morning at noon. You can see Bad Religion and Rancid and Sick of It All and Off and Yellow Wolf and Blink-182. So, when the word was coming out that you guys were headlining this thing, that's when the publicity turned ugly for us that love Blink-182, because it sounds like this isn't going to be the Blink-182 we know and love. We're going to see a different face up on stage. What's going on, Travis? What's the latest here, my friend?
Yeah, it's kind of a different situation. You know, we had agreed to do this show. We had planned this in November or maybe even end of October. You know, we had all agreed to do it. It was concrete. Blink was headlining, you know, Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, the day before New Year's Eve, we got an email saying Tom indefinitely is taking a leave of absence for he doesn't know how long. It could be forever. More than likely it's forever. And will not be doing anything Blink-related, meaning live shows, recordings. It was basically Tom's...
You're going to record an album too, right?
Yeah, and we were set to go in the studio on January 5th. So 4 days before we were going in the studio, you have to understand managers had like studios rented, equipment was moved over. I mean, everyone was raring to go. Yeah. And this is like the 4th time it's happened. So it was like...
So you knew what that meant. As soon as you got that email, you were like, here we go again.
Well, yeah, and then there was like one, you know, conversation back and forth, and he's like, Tom is indefinitely out.
Travis, was this unusual to get news like that via email? Did you guys not speak with one another very often, either in person or on the phone?
Well, this is exactly how it went down 10 years ago, too. No phone call from Tom. It was always, you know, his management just says, hey, don't bug Tom. Tom's out. Leave him alone.
Did you talk to him during the good times when you were...
Yeah,
or
I mean,
not really?
Just, you know, we had just got home from doing an amazing tour in Europe, like Reading and Leeds, and we played a show in Vegas as well. And, you know, Tom and I, you know, he lives in San Diego, I live in L.A., and he actually hit me up and was like, hey, I'm going to be in L.A., let's get together. We had dinner. We sat at the dinner, we were like, yo, we've never had dinner, just you and I, and this is awesome. And we got to catch up, and it was, you know what I mean? It was just cool. It was outside of a show. And then, you know, 2 months later, it's this. It's like, but, you know, it comes to the point where, like, you can't make anybody do anything. You can't make a grown man. I can't make you do something you don't want to do, you know? You'd feel rotten making you do it, and you know your heart's not in it. So don't bother, you know? And this is like, you know, the way we see it is, you know, when it happened 10 years ago, we had this big tsunami benefit we were supposed to play, and we pulled out, and it sucked for everyone. It sucked for the fans. It sucked for us. And it was kind of the same thing for this Musink show. It's like, let's get through the show. We committed. We said we were going to play it. Let's play it, you know? And we've done it before, you know? Like, I missed a whole Australian tour. And, you know, they had a fill-in drummer. So it's not really any different, man. We're just going to play this one show, you know, get through it and just see what happens.
What's it like on the inside when all that stuff is swirling around? What was it, 2 days? A day and a half, 2 days, 3 days? Where
I hate that, you know?
I mean, it just seems like...
Because you hate drama. That's the thing about you, is you have no time for drama in your life, Travis. I know that about you. So this must really be tearing you apart.
Yeah, I'm a more confrontational person. I'd rather talk to the source and work it out, figure it out. I don't like playing tennis. You say this, I say that.
Especially in the press, too.
You know, yeah, that's for like Housewives of Atlanta or something. You know what I mean? I'm not into that. Like, you got something to say to me, call me.
Travis, one of the things that hurt my heart a little bit to read about, and this was, I think, maybe in the Rolling Stone interview that you and Mark did, where you talked about, hey, why do we even get back together in the first place? And you wondered out loud in that piece whether it was just because you had survived the plane crash and you were alive, so let's get back together. It was almost like, I mean, I'm not sure what you were trying to say there, But you kind of made it sound like even then that the motivation for Tom to get back together wasn't just because he loved the band and wanted to make new music.
Yeah, I mean, it was weird. You know, we did an album right after that, and he didn't listen to any of the mixes. He didn't approve one mix or anything that was recorded for the album. That's weird to me.
And did you record all your parts
That is
separately
weird.
in separate studios too?
I mean, a little bit of both. But anytime, I mean, if you guys were, it's like you guys not approving. Like you guys, you know, you record something like it's your first piece of work since you went on hiatus.
Yeah, you would think it would
Are
be
you crazy? You would
important to
sit there and
everybody, yeah.
dissect it and
Yeah.
put it under the microscope.
maybe too much.
Yeah, and it was kind of like, you know, it was from the time my plane crash happened and I survived. It was like, you know, dude, you almost died. Like I have to play music with you again. I have to do this. And then it was like, then it turned into interviews where like, you know, I was on a plane when Travis got in a plane crash and everyone was talking to me and it felt weird and poor me, and it was like, yo, like this is just he took it to a weird place, you know. And then it got even more weird because it was like, yo, you didn't love that, you didn't even like those group of songs long enough to listen to them, you know what I mean, and actually take the time to listen to mixes and go like, the guitar should be up louder here, it should be quieter. It just says like, I just questioned why he did it in the first place. And then, you know, every time since then, it was kind of like, it was like pulling teeth to record again. Or
Would you consider that you guys are still friends?
I mean, I don't hate nobody. I don't have a problem with anyone, you know. He's absolutely, you know, still my friend. It's just he doesn't want to play in a band. You know?
I can see it from your standpoint though, which is if you don't want to be here, I don't want you to be here either.
Yeah, it's like
Sort
a
of.
chick, you know. You're not going to make a chick that's, you know, says, hey, I don't want to see you indefinitely, and I don't know how long. I might not want to see you forever. You're not going to be like, you get over here. You play with me right now. you have to you need to give her space. You know, you need to, you know, let her go live. And it's the same thing, man. Like, you know, it's one.
So you
show.
wish him well. Go off and do your thing, and we'll be over here doing our thing now.
Oh, for sure. You know, and it was like, you know, Blink's never been something, you know, I juggle a lot of things outside of Blink. You know, I
Always, yeah.
record with tons of different artists, and I always seem to still know how to prioritize Blink.
Yeah.
And I still love Blink, and it's my number one priority, you know, over everything that I do. But it's like when you don't have the same passion to make that your priority as well, it makes it hard to come together as three people when one person doesn't care about it, or when, you know.
Have there been times, Travis, where you and Mark talked about wanting Tom to leave the band?
Nah, it's never been like this conspiracy, you know. It wasn't, you know, I mean, you got to understand, man, I've come in here, I don't know, maybe 10 times, and you guys have asked me, what's up with Blink? And I have to sit here and kind of be like, yeah, we're recording. It's like, you know what I mean? I've had it live for so long. So for me, and I think Mark, there's a huge weight lifted off our chest. It's like, we don't have to lie no more. They actually know what's going on. Like, we don't have to say, yeah, we're working on stuff. You know, we've been doing this.
And you sort of have seen it coming for a long time because.
Well, I've personally had to do it. Every
Yeah.
time I've come to do any kind of rock radio with you guys or anything Blink related, I've always had to like cover up for him, you know. And it's just out, and you know he doesn't want to record. He hasn't wanted to record. We've tried recording 4 or 5 times. We've catered to him. We've got label interests. We did everything he wanted to do, and then his manager still sends us an email saying Tom's out.
Do you
So it's like,
feel extra pressure because so many people love the band? Like, for example, my favorite live band is Rage Against the Machine. And
Right.
they break up and get together about once every 10 years.
Yeah.
And it's sort of a bummer. Like you really want the band that you love to be together, but then at the same time, you don't want people there that don't want to be there.
yeah.
Do
it's
you
the same
feel extra
thing.
pressure because of that or no?
Nah, because it is what it is. You know, like I said, you can't make anyone do anything they don't want to do. And
Nor would you want to.
yeah, so it's like you wouldn't want that band together. Like, I love Rage. I love Tom. I love Zach. I love each of them personally. But I wouldn't want to see them together under the circumstances that I know they're not 100%.
Right.
And I'm just doing it, you know, like whatever. Same with Blink. Same with anyone, man. I don't want to see anyone stay together if it's not because they're passionate about it. They absolutely love it, and they want to, you know, be the best Blink-182 or Rage Against the Machine they could possibly be.
But you
Then
wrote a
why
song
do
called
it?
"Stay Together" for the kids.
I know, right? Right? It's like, what the? I don't get it either, man. I don't get it
Travis Barker in studio with us here at the Kevin and Bean Show, talking about, among other things, the Musink Festival. The tickets go on sale at 10 o'clock this morning in OC at the fairgrounds. What was your reaction to Tom's Facebook post after the interview that you and Mark did with Rolling Stone, where he basically said, whoa, there's another side to this story. I just have commitments for Angels and Airwaves and stuff, and the guys aren't really being fair. Was there any validity, you thought, in his remarks?
You know what? I didn't. I stepped out of the game of tennis right about then. I said what I had to say. I didn't read anything, you know. But if that is the case, it's like, dude, I have 6 other projects with other people, and I can still manage to juggle Blink-182. It's not like Blink-182 works 8 months out of the year, 12 months out of the year. It's like, we've got one show planned this year, and maybe an album that would take 4 to 6 months to record. It's like, I can do it.
Yeah.
And I'm still doing Transplants. I'm still working with Afrojack. I'm still working with Steve Aoki. I'm working with Yellow Wolf, Prayer. You know what I mean? It's like, I can't list the amount of things that I'll do along with Blink-182 and still have a healthy relationship with Blink, you know? So
And
it's like,
a super active father, too. Let's not forget that.
Yeah,
You're
I mean,
a
that's
guy
my
who spends
number
a lot
one,
of time with your kids,
you know?
too.
I got
well,
3 kids, but
Tom
yeah.
denies that he ever quit the band. He says, I love Blink-182 and I'm not leaving. And the other thing that he tweeted and then took down, and I don't know if you've had a chance to see this, but I'd love your comment, is he says, a year ago, Mark and I spent a week on the phone with managers debating parting with Travis. Don't pretend there isn't more to this story.
That was when they basically planned an Australian tour, and I told everyone I'm going to try my hardest, but at the end of the day, man, I was in a plane crash. I don't know if I'm ever going to fly again.
Yeah,
but if I was going to fly again, it's going to be to Australia with y'all because I want to go and do this big day out tour, Soundwave tour, whatever, which was amazing. Playing with Metallica, there was no reason I wouldn't want to go. And I worked on it. Like I worked with therapists, I did everything, and I couldn't.
I sure don't think anyone blames you.
Yeah,
No,
I couldn't fathom
nobody
the
blames you
thought
for that.
of doing it, you know. And then we had figured out a replacement for me. They went over there, and then at one point the promoter started, kind of mouthing off over the web, because he was losing money. I didn't come. Shows were smaller than they were supposed to be. And I was kind of like, I got in a plane crash, man. You really trying to start a fight with me over the interweb and go at me like this, And then, Tom didn't like the way I talked to the promoter. But at the end of the day, man, if someone says something to me and I know it's right in my heart, I'm not trying to, cause a huge fight or a huge, scene or whatever. But at that point, man, I was already home, bummed that I couldn't fly and disappointed in myself. I couldn't get on an airplane. And then this dude comes at me weird, and Tom doesn't have my back. So I was like, this is a little kind of funny style. You shouldn't come at me like this. You should really
totally
have some, I don't know, respect and some sympathy or whatever. And now AJ and I are completely great friends. We're working on Musink, going to Australia. He's he totally understands me. We've had dinner since then. But I guess at the time, Tom was like, screw Travis, he can't fly, and he didn't come to Australia.
I think Travis gets a break on not flying,
so
by the way.
Yeah, and I didn't really know much about that. Mark had explained it to me, and I was like, cool. If that was his decision, I definitely wouldn't make the stink that he's making now. I would
Travis,
bow out,
you'd
and I'd be like,
yeah, of course.
Much love to you. I wish you nothing but the best. I wouldn't be doing the back and forth, and most importantly, I would speak for myself. I wouldn't think it's questionable, you not even having the respect to hit up your band members, even if it's via email or phone, to get a manager to do it is really just, I don't know, man. I can't really say anything positive about that. That's right there. That's a red flag. You
Hey,
can't
Travis,
even,
beyond the final night, beyond the show on the 22nd of March at the Musink Festival, what is the future of Blink-182 with Matt or with somebody or with anybody?
I mean, right now, the way I see it is I have Matt Skiba, who's in one of my favorite bands, Alkaline Trio, and Matt Skiba is a stud. He's awesome.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm so excited to play that show with him. So right now it's just like Australia. They had a tour, planned. It was a month away. Go knock out that tour. Don't really think about it afterwards. We ended up, regrouping as Mark, Tom, and Travis as Blink-182. With this, it's let's play Musink. Let's play with Matt. Let's kick major butt, and let's just see what happens. Nothing's set in stone. That's what all the fans have got to know. This came up last minute. This this was not planned. This is like they were going to announce Blink-182 playing it, and we weren't not going to play it. We really wanted to play it. Mark and I really wanted to play it. We were excited about playing it. So we have Matt Skiba, who's awesome, who we've all loved and admired. Mark, Tom, and myself have all been huge Alkaline Trio fans forever. We've taken them on tour. So this is exciting. You know, there's an energy in the band right now, and not to say that, you know, it's the band now, the new band, but just even talking about rehearsing or figuring out set lists have been so exciting and such good energy where it was like pulling teeth before.
Yeah.
You know? I'm telling you, it's like being with a chick that does not like you anymore.
Yeah.
Cut her loose.
Yeah.
Like tell her to kick rocks, you know?
But I like that it seems like you really genuinely want the best for Tom.
Yeah, man, I don't have...
And you're going to move on and do the best you can, and that's it.
I wish the best for everyone. I have no enemies. I have no one I wish, you know, hatred or bad things to. Like, you know, I wish everyone the best, man. Life's too short to sit around, you know, thinking bad thoughts about people or wishing anyone the worst, man. I you know, much love and good luck to everybody, you know?
I just respect that you're the only person, except for me, who still calls women chicks. That's what I like about you, Travis.
Chicks, yes.
Because I think you and I are the only two
chicks.
left, man.
Yeah, but he can get away with it.
Well, this show is going to be it's going to be great. It sounds like it's going to be super, super fun. So, again, it's Rancid and Sick of It All, The Interrupters, Bad Religion, Off, Ignite, Blink-182 with Matt Skiba, Yellow Wolf, and Prayers, who, by the way, thank you for tipping us off to that. I have not checked them out yet. I definitely will.
Oh, my gosh, everybody. Prayers, the EP right now that's out is called Gothic Summers. Oh, it's Gothic Summer. It's ridiculous.
You can go to musink.org or ticketfly.com for more information or to buy tickets, and they go on sale in just a few minutes at 10 a.m. That is going to be March 20th through the 22nd at the OC Fair and Event Center. Anything else you need to tell us, Travis, before you go, man? It's been great to see you again.
Nah, man, I'm really excited about Musink. I hope everyone comes out and hangs out with us, including all of you. That would be awesome. And just look for a crazy 3 days of music and tattoos. It's really going to be incredible.
Well, we always root for you. We're always Team Travis, no matter what's going on, man. So stay in touch, dude. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.